There he is. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. And hope you're having a wonderful day, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. As I always say, that's none of my business. You may be driving, getting ready to go to work or wherever. And the show does play at different times in different markets, being that we're coast to coast. Also, anyway, we also, in addition to being coast to coast, as I'm getting emails as well as Facebook messages, apparently we're on different continents now too. We are in Africa. Getting messages from Uganda and other places in Africa. We have listeners and viewers in Africa. We certainly know we have them in Europe. I've received emails from Belarus and other European countries, South America. It's all good. Somehow people find the show. Of course, we're on internet, makes you global, and I just love that. That whole idea of being multicultural, it's great. And we enjoyed being here with you. We're so delighted that you're there. Dr. Michael Murray's with us today, and that always gives me a lift, because I know that he has important things to say, and he's a thoughtful guy. He thinks about things, writes about them, talks about them, been doing it a long time. He's very good at it, you know. And we try to find those he's been on this show for years. And I don't think he would be in too much disagreement with the idea that diet, lest the obvious escape us, that diet is the number one cause of premature death and the number one cause of disability. There's evidence to support that assertion. Ironically, you would think that it's being taught in medical schools and that it's at the top of, everybody's mind, expert or not, layperson, not so much. And in 1900, in our country, the top three causes of death were infectious disease, pneumonia, tuberculosis, and diarrheal disease in the year 1900. Now, major cause of death or diseases is largely lifestyle. It's lifestyle. And you put diet in, if you want to put diet, you put diet into that category. And now it's heart disease, cancer, chronic lung disease. Think about that for a second. Think about what it was and what it is now in terms of taking people's lives sooner rather than later. It's remarkable. Sanitation methods, medical science, and so on, lower death rate at birth, all of those things have contributed to average life expectancy increasing. And we've made progress, in a sense. In another way, we haven't. We've regressed. And it is, the show's called Let's Talk Nutrition for a reason. It's just remarkable how we have lost our way in this modern age and have abandoned the fundamental principles. Let food be your medicine, medicine your food. We're all very familiar with that idea. And when you try to persuade people that this is the case, they buy into the argument. The hard part is getting them to change. You can tell the least persuasive argument you can make is to tell people why they need to do things. It is the least persuasive. One of the more persuasive arguments is how to do it. And when I first started this show 12 years ago, there was a lot of why. Now there's a lot of how. And hence we have guests such as Dr. Michael Murray come on, and they'll talk about why, but he'll tell you how. And sometimes people are embarrassed to ask how to do something. Right? And you have to make them feel comfortable, not knowing, it's one thing to be ignorant. I mean, if you're ignorant, you can, who isn't? Who can know everything? Then it's another thing to be stupid and hard-headed. And then when you put those two things together, now you really have a problem. And trying to persuade. I was just talking with a doctor yesterday, and she said to me, in my clinical practice, I have patients come in with heart disease, cancer, and I try to get them to change, and she said to me that they'll just look at me straight into my face and say, I'm not going to make that change. I'm not going to make those changes. He said, and I tell them that they're putting their life at risk. They're going to die if they continue. And they just tell her. She said, now they just tell me flat out, I'm not going to do it. Write me a prescription. That's amazing, isn't it? That's just to show you how strong those behaviors become ingrained, because your relationship with food began in utero with what your mother ate. Then you try to take a middle-aged person who has heart disease or cancer, and you say, we're going to put you on a whole food, plant-based diet, no meat, no oil. Yeah, good luck with that. You have a better chance making that person an astronaut. Not going to happen, most likely. Now, on the optimistic side, even slight changes can help. Introducing fiber into your diet, introducing enzymes into your diet. Removing you don't have to exclude certain foods completely. Just cutting back on little changes can make a big difference. Big changes will make a big difference. We look for small wins. And so Dr. Murray's going to be with us today, and he's going to talk about enzymes. They are a key player in trying to help people do better with their relationship with food and how that food is digested and processed and so on. That's not the only thing, and he'll tell you that himself. He knows it quite well. It's going to take more than enzymes and fiber. It takes a lot of things, but you try to find the small wins. This won't be hard to do. This is one of the how arguments that can be made. And this processed American diet, typically the American standard diet is talked about in positive terms, Around here, it's not positive. The standard American diet for us is around here is a highly processed diet, vacant of nutrients, vacant of the necessary ingredients, if you will, to keep you healthy. Diet, the leading cause of disease. Yesterday I did a little take on Dr. Burkett. Just amazing. His simple observations. His brilliance was his simplicity. Come back, Dr. Michael Murray will come on. We'll get his take on the relationship between diet and disease. You know what he has to say. He's thought about it a lot. I've read his books. He's been on here many times. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition coast to coast and in Uganda too.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Bodyfigure's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show and whatever you may be doing. Dr. Michael Murray is my guest. Dr. Michael Murray has written scores of and authored and co-authored scores of books. He's been a clinician, he's an educator, he's done it all, formulator. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever done missionary work or not. He's done everything else. Dr. Murray, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Good morning, Michael. It's a pleasure.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. Thanks for getting up so early. I know it's...
No, I'm actually in sunny Florida.
Oh, good.
Down in Sarasota, so it's, yeah, I've been up for a while.
Oh, great. It's nice to have you around these parts then. You heard my little take on diet and disease being the leading cause of death in the United States. I'm just curious as to your thoughts about that.
Yeah, it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, obesity replaced cigarette smoking as the number one cause of preventable death, and I think you could make a strong case that obesity is related to diet.
Mm-hmm. We could make a strong case that heart disease is related to diet too, huh?
Oh, all causes of mortality, pretty much. Causes excluding accidents and whatnot. But diet is certainly the major cause of suffering right now in the world. We've finally passed the point where more people die of dietary excess than die from malnutrition. Yeah.
World Health Organization has often made that argument too. Isn't it rather ironic how the obvious escapes us? I mean, we know what the cause is, but yet it's very difficult to help. People are living longer, Dr. Murray, but they're living longer in an unhealthy state than ever before. That's remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at something like Alzheimer's disease, when I was going to medical school in the early '80s, the Alzheimer's rate for someone 80 years of age, it was about a 1 or 2% chance of having Alzheimer's disease by then. Now it's over 50%. So the reward for many people living longer now is they're losing their mind. And this is another condition that's clearly related to diet and lifestyle, and we can take steps to significantly reduce our risk. But people aren't taking those. Not enough people are taking those steps.
I know. So how do you think the concept of enzymes and the related principles to enzyme principles can help people do better here? This is sort of like a how part of it. How can enzymes help in this effort to try to keep people healthy, notwithstanding their diet?
Yeah, we're basically talking about digestive enzymes that can help digest food. We're just learning so much about this human microbiome, the collection of genetic material and various microbial species that live inside our intestinal tract, and enzymes certainly influence the type and function and health of the intestinal microbiome. At Enzymedica, where I served as chief science officer, we just launched a line of internal cleansing products, and that may be more germane to what you're really talking about today. When we're looking at the impact of diet on our health, we're learning more and more that various toxins in the foods that we consume, pesticides and herbicides and heavy metals and food additives and various prescription and over-the-counter drugs all stress our detoxification mechanisms. And so we came out with a line of supplements designed to support cleansing and internal detoxification. This line is called Purify.
Mm-hmm.
It features a 10-day cleanse as kind of the centerpiece of the program. And it's just a good idea for people to learn a little bit about how various toxins can impact our health and what we can do in terms of enhancing our ability to get rid of these toxins. We are at the top of the food chain, and as a result, we're bioaccumulators of many toxins. And when we look at the data, Michael, it's really sobering. For example, they did a study that was really interesting. They looked at what are called persistent organic pollutants, pesticides, herbicides, and related compounds in the tissue of people that were severely obese, and they were then tracking them to determine their level of or their risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And what they found was is that people who had the greatest exposure had a 38 times greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those with the lowest amount of exposure. And that research study kind of ignited a whole slew of additional studies where they've looked at the role of these various man-made chemicals. Collectively, they're referred to as obesogens because they really are promoting obesity. So in the study that I was just telling you about, you can make a stronger case that these environmental toxins are a bigger cause of type 2 diabetes than obesity.
My goodness.
So we're basically creating a perfect storm where people are eating a really poor diet and then they're being exposed to all these environmental toxins, and because they're for a lot of reasons they're just not getting rid of them.
Yeah, it's like a left cross with an uppercut. Purify, a new paradigm in cleansing detox from Enzymedica. Will break it down for you coast to coast.
Feel better fast in every way. Take Hempenol organic cannabis extract, fortified with wild oregano. Get focus and power.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Purify. It's a new paradigm in cleansing and detox from Enzymedica. And it's a series of supplements that Dr. Murray's going to tell you about. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 products associated with this concept. And if you're watching the show, the fellow on the right, with the suit on, handsome-looking guy, that's not me. That's that's Dr. Murray. And visit Enzymedica.com. You can learn more about it. But Dr. Murray's here now, and you can call real quickly a number.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255.
Just don't hesitate and don't be shy. Dr. Murray, welcome back. If you could, please explain this concept, this paradigm from Enzymedica.
Well, yeah, as you said, we have right now a suite of 5 products, and the lead product is our 10-day complete body cleanse. And this cleanse kit is really easy to follow. The supplements are placed in packets. One is labeled AM and is bright yellow, and the other is labeled PM, and it's a dark blue. So most people can probably figure out they take the AM packet in the morning and the PM packet in the evening. In the kit, in addition to these packets, comes an instruction guide, and the instruction guide is very easy to follow. Everything's beautifully presented and in color and bullet point stressed. So we have the do's and don'ts of what to do as far as the foods to eat, what to avoid. We have recommended recipes and menus available to folks, and we just really want to try to educate people on the importance of supporting their detoxification system. And the packets are really designed to provide a comprehensive nutritional support to not just the liver, but also promoting elimination, also helping with the microbiome that I referred to earlier. Gut bacteria play a role in helping us detoxify, and we need to support them. The program is really designed for 10 days, and we chose that based upon the fact that if you look at various dietary interventions in the medical literature, whether it's an elimination diet or special diets for intestinal conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, they're typically a 10-day duration, and that's because it just seems that it takes that long for things to kind of work their way through and your body to adjust to it. So we believe anything less is not really going to be all that effective. And what we're really trying to do is kickstart that detoxification system, and then hopefully people will continue with the dietary recommendations.
Sure.
During that 10-day period, we'd like to have folks consume a little less calories than they're burning, so that we can start breaking down their fat cells. Our program is a little bit different, Michael. A lot of programs people will go on, they'll be suffering from, sometimes it's referred to as a healing crisis, but I think it's mislabeled. A lot of times when people go on a fast or a cleanse, they experience dizziness, fatigue, joint pain, irritability, headaches, flu-like symptoms, mental confusion.
Even acne sometimes. Yeah,
they don't feel well, and I don't think that's a healing crisis. That's what they're told. But what I think they're really suffering from is their system is releasing all these stored toxins, and they're circulating and getting deposited into new tissues, particularly the brain, and we don't want that. I don't think that's a good thing. So getting rid of toxins is kind of a systematic stepwise approach, and it requires kind of an unbroken chain of events, and the program that we put together is really well thought out, and it really works to help get rid of these stored toxins.
Sure.
as I said, kind of introing it, these toxins are really impacting our health to a very significant degree.
And you're listening to Dr. Michael Murray on Let's Talk Nutrition Coast to Coast, and he's talking about a suite of products, 5 products from Enzymedica. It's a cleansing detox concept. And that first part of it he mentioned is this 10-day complete cleanse. And then he alluded to the liver. And Dr. Murray, I noticed that there is, as part of the suite, there is a freestanding product called Purify Liver Detox, where there's a specific focus on that. And then there's one entitled Coconut Charcoal. That's an interesting concept. And then Daily Regularity, then Fiber Drink. The liver detox, can you talk a moment about that?
Yeah, the liver detox contains several approaches to supporting liver health. N-acetylcysteine is an amino acid that the body utilizes to bind to and eliminate a wide range of toxins, particularly heavy metals, solvents, pesticides, and herbicides. It also is responsible for helping to boost glutathione levels, and this is a natural substance within our cells that plays a central role in detoxification and antioxidant activity. We also have a special extract of milk thistle. This particular extract is bound to phosphatidylcholine through a process called the phytosome process. And basically what it is able to do is it's able to emulsify and enhance the absorption of the valuable compounds in milk thistle. I'm basically talking about silibin, which is a component of silymarin. The formula also contains a number of other supportive nutrients. Selenium, for example. We utilize selenium from a yeast source. Interesting, Michael, in the National Cancer Prevention Study, they used a form of selenium called SelenoXL. This is a yeast-based selenium, and they showed a significant reduction in the rate of developing cancer in this study. That led to a follow-up study called the SELECT study,
yes,
where they used a different form of selenium, selenomethionine, and they also used synthetic vitamin E, and they didn't see that protective effect. And follow-up studies looked at kind of the science behind that to explain it, and they found that this SelenoXL was better utilized by the cells, had significantly greater antioxidant activity, improved the body's ability to deal with toxins and protect itself from free radical damage. So SelenoXL is a better form of selenium. We use that in the formula.
And we'll be back with Dr. Murray. We'll continue our conversation coast to coast.
Don't be stressed out or anxious.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Given the toxic world that we live in, there are literally tens of thousands of chemicals that we find in the earth, the soil, the water, the food chain. And it's not a fiction. This is not fiction. It's not science fiction. It's a fact. And there are no alternative facts to this. Alternative facts are falsehoods, by the way. In my training, all through my training is through graduate school, I never heard a professor, any of them, and I had some of them were world class, ever talk about alternative facts, just as a sidebar. The concept doesn't exist. You hear Dr. Murray talking about this suite of products from Enzymedica, and it's an interesting concept that they put together, 5 products to help with cleansing and detox. It now has become an essential thing to do, given this toxic world in which we live. Dr. Murray, welcome back. You also, in that suite, it caught my eye, was coconut charcoal. Now, most people would never put coconut and charcoal in the same sentence. Here we have a title of a product, coconut charcoal. Please explain.
Yeah, charcoal is getting a lot of attention. Charcoal has a tremendous absorptive capacity, so it's great for binding and helping get rid of toxins, and it's well known for that. Most people are familiar with using activated charcoal and water purification systems, but the same thing can happen when we take it internally. It's great for gas and bloating, and so what we did with this charcoal, which comes from coconut shells, good sustainable source, we combined it with an enzyme, alpha galactosidase, which is great in helping combat gas, and we affectionately refer to this product as date insurance. So a lot of people are looking for a little bit of help, so they don't embarrass whether it's on a date or in a boardroom or whatever. This is a great
elevator
for that application.
Then there's in this suite called Purify. By the way, I happen to like the artwork that's on the packaging. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. Daily regularity. For some people, those two words never appear in the same sentence either. Could you explain what that product is about, that part of the suite?
The regularity product?
Yeah, the daily regularity.
Yeah. It's a great product. We're instead of using some harsh laxatives to promote regularity, we use a prune extract, and we buffer that with some herbal carminatives. Carminatives are herbs which help ease gastrointestinal distress and gas, and they include in this formula chamomile, fennel, ginger, and peppermint.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did you formulate these?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, this sounds a lot like your handiwork,
Yeah, this is great. This Purify daily regularity is just great. We've gotten phenomenal feedback from it. It's only been out for a few weeks, but people are loving it, and they're loving all the formulas.
And then also part of this suite is one, we're almost out of time, and I want to get all five in for you. There's part of this Purify paradigm, if you will, is called Fiber Drink. What is that?
Oh, well, it just as it said, it's a fiber drink, but it's different than other fibers in that this fiber drink tastes fantastic. People will love it. It contains soluble fibers. We use 4 different fiber sources. We use tapioca fiber that is very, very soluble, and we use hydrolyzed guar gum, and that means that we use this highly viscous guar gum, but we break it down so it's more soluble in water, and it doesn't thicken as quick. We also use fiber from cacao and coconut. So, and it tastes fantastic. It's a pomegranate lemonade.
Oh,
all natural flavors, and we feel that people that are used to using gritty, foul-tasting fibers, they're going to love this.
Yeah, I know.
It tastes great.
Some of those fiber products, they try serving it to Navy SEALs when they're going through training, and they couldn't even handle it.
No, this is great. I mean, this product is one that we sampled at Expo West, and everybody loved it. And,
right.
40%. Just a little insight for people out there. 40% of the cost of the product is when we make it. It costs us money to buy the material and put it together and manufacture it and all. 40% of the cost is in the flavoring. But we felt that that people will pay a little bit extra if things taste better.
Absolutely.
So it is a premium product, but it's a premium product because that's what it costs to make it taste great.
As a matter of fact, there's a study trending this morning about consumer behavior and taste. I was going to report on it in the second hour.
Oh, great.
And they found that taste is critical in making the product memorable for the consumer and purchasable. Taste.
That's great.
It's got to look good, it's got to smell good, but it has to taste good. And of course, assuming that they'll even pay more if it tastes right and it's good. It looks good to the eye and tastes right and smells right. It's just amazing. But taste came out as a premier or a primary variable in persuading people to purchase a product. Now that you mention it,
hey, send me that link. I want that.
I'll send it to you. Right.
Marketing department.
I'll send. Yeah, I send it to our marketing department. I got one of my marketing people here. It's always nice to have you on, and please enjoy your stay in Florida. And we're going to look for you. I hope you're doing well and all that you're doing. Enzymedica is lucky to have you as their chief science officer. This looks like a fantastic suite of products. You can go to Enzymedica.com and learn more about it. It's sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. And those stores that are trying to be fine, we're trying to help them. We can, if you don't get these products in your store, get them in there. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, where you just heard Dr. Michael Murray. This show is on demand. Go to letstalknutrition.com. You can listen to it there, and you can watch it. And by the way, in that suite of products called Purify, on the front, on the label, you will see an image, and that is Dr. Michael Murray. That's what he looks like. Dr. Murray, again, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll be back. Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come on LTN.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the preceding program are not those of WHNZ-AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
If you run a nonprofit or social enterprise, your passion probably isn't accounting, human resources, operations, or benefits management, but ours is. At Mission Edge, we provide affordable back office services so you can focus on your mission. Since 2012, we provided nonprofits and social businesses with experts in accounting and finance, HR and people management. In addition, we offer startup support and fiscal sponsorship services, a social enterprise accelerator, skilled volunteers, and other programs to help you scale your impact. Contact us today at missionedge.org.
From the Weather Center, Abrahamson and Uterwick, the injury lawyers, 25 years experience, Pinellas Hillsborough.
Today and tomorrow, a 50% chance for rain each afternoon, high 92. Partly cloudy overnight, low 77.
This report is brought to you by Boys and Girls Club of America.
It's 3 p.m. School's out for America's kids. And when school's out, clubs are in. It's time to support the Boys and Girls Clubs. Visit greatfutures.org.
1250 wins WHNZ Tampa.
CBS News, I'm Jim Taylor. Supreme Court approved portions of the Trump travel ban go into effect today. A lot of focus on what it means to be in a bona fide, close relationship with someone in the United States. For many, that's what'll get them in. The latest from CBS News correspondent Jan Crawford.
We've now got some guidance from the State Department, and they're saying that a close family relationship includes a parent, spouse, child, or sibling already in the United States. But grandparents, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, other extended family members, those are not considered close relationships. And I think that's where we may see some litigation.
Cardinal George Pell, accused of sexual abuse. CBS's Seth Doan reporting from Rome, where the Vatican cardinal granted a leave of absence to return to his native Australia to defend himself.
The 76-year-old cardinal was reflective but forceful, railing against what he said was nearly 2 years of relentless character assassination.
I'm innocent of these charges. They are false. The whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me.
Australian police did not provide any specific details of the multiple charges of sexual assault.
U.S. troops playing a larger role in Syria. CBS's Holly Williams in Kobani, Syria, speaking with Lieutenant General Stephen Townsend. He's the head of the U.S.-led coalition to fight ISIS.
He said that the U.S. has agreed a demarcation line here in Syria with the regime and its ally Russia. And he downplayed fears that the U.S. and Russia could be drawn into a direct conflict here in Syria.
At least 20 large fires burning in the west right now. Dozens of homes evacuated in Burbank, California. Brush fire raging. CBS News correspondent Jamie Yukas is there, says there are concerns that fires once put out can rise again.
Firefighters left hoses all over the hills here. We have seen hotspots pop back up this morning. We know there are 2 engines on site to make sure they put out those hotspots if they flare back up. But the problem going into the weekend now is that winds are expected to get high. So some areas of Los Angeles are going from high fire danger to very high.
An Iraqi commander says his forces have taken Mosul's landmark Al-Nuri Mosque compound, destroyed by the Islamic State last week. The mosque, very symbolic, from its pulpit, ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi in July of 2014 declared a self-styled caliphate in Syria and Iraq. More than half of hate crimes in America go unreported. So says a new federal report, Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Hate crimes are often precursors to violent crimes or indeed are violent crimes. No person should have to fear being attacked because of who they are, what they believe, or how they worship.
10th anniversary of the iPhone. What would we do without them? Right now, the Dow is down 40 points. This is CBS News.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 89 years of experience helping people plan ahead. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Visit farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
From New York Times bestselling author Ben Coase comes the boldest new thriller of the summer, Trap the Devil. A powerful cabal within the American government is plotting an attack that will kill millions around the world. All that stands in their way is the one woman who knows the truth and the one man alive who can stop them. Dewey Andreas. Read Trap the Devil and find out for yourself why Brad Thor says Ben Coase blows the competition away. Trap the Devil from St. Martin's Press.
Prepare for the worst by planning with one of the best. Farmers Insurance has over 89 years of experience, so you can get ready for all kinds of mishaps. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Put our experience to work at farmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
If you run a nonprofit or social enterprise, your passion probably isn't accounting, human resources, operations, or benefits management, but ours is. At Mission Edge, we provide affordable back office services so you can focus on your mission. Since 2012, we provided nonprofits and social businesses with experts in accounting and finance, HR, and people management. In addition, we offer startup support and fiscal sponsorship services, a social enterprise accelerator, skilled volunteers, and other programs to help you scale your impact. Contact us today at missionedge.org.
From the Florida Central Auto Loans Traffic Center.
We're looking pretty good on our big bridges and interstates. We do have a big problem, though, on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. This will be both east and westbound right at Damascus Road. A couple of semis here. One of them, at least, is jackknifed, so expect big delays here. All lanes are blocked at this time. We also have some stop-and-go traffic I-4 eastbound before US 27 in Polk County. If you see traffic problems, call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterick. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Scan Design. It's officially summer, and it's time for the Scan Design Hot Summer Sale. Come in today and enjoy savings of up to 50% on their huge selection of quality contemporary furniture. Hurry in. This sale ends soon.
1250 winds, Weather Center forecast. Partly sunny skies today. Humidity continues, low 90s for the high, rain chance 60%. Look for those to develop mid to late day, as we've seen all week. Mid 70s for the low. Forecast tomorrow is the same. Impact Radio 1250 winds, WHNZ.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by today. Love being here with you. And there's a lot in this age of information. There's more information than we have sense. And people are trying to sort through it, you know. And they go online, and then they end up offline. What they're trying to do, if you get my meaning. We're trying to prevent that. And over the last 12 years, what I've tried to do is present the data. What are the data that make sense in trying to take care of yourself relative to your health, wellness, and well-being? Now, I have a point of view, as you well know, if you listen to the show regularly, and it is that diet and nutrition constitute the first principle of health. It's not the only principle. There is not one bit of doubt in my mind about it. I've been doing this for decades now, literally. And the evidence is compelling. There are some that say, well, it's so obvious. Is it now? If it were so obvious, why is it that we're living longer, but living longer and on a healthy state of being? We have never lived so long in such an unhealthy state ever. This is the first time in recorded history where humans are living longer, but living longer in an unhealthy state with morbidity and comorbidities. But for the medical science, they would be dead. Pardon me. But for medical science, they would have passed away long ago. They're sort of like on walking around life support with the medications. That's what I sort of see some of these medications as life support that allow you to walk around and seemingly get along. I had a guest on here the other day, Paul Schulich, day before yesterday, showed a picture or talked about his mom. The night before, I attended a lecture, and she suffers from Alzheimer's. And he said to me, and he said to others, and he talked to me about it off when we were together. He said, I would rather be dead than be in the condition that my mom is in. She's 90-something, if I recall. But he said, she's not here. Doc, she's not here. And so we are keeping people alive. And it is one of the, I don't know, the most profound paradoxes of our time. And I said the day before yesterday, the concept of health is something that is on our mind. It's almost like in our DNA throughout our lifetime. And discussions of health begin once a couple find that they're going to have a child. What is one of the first things they want to do? They want to find a good pediatrician so that what? The child will be okay through the pregnancy and the mom, and the child will be born healthy. Healthy. What's one of the first things people say or ask when the child is born? Was everything okay? Is the baby healthy? Yes. And then we spend the rest of our life trying to deal with our health. And some do it better than others. And then the paradox is it is so fundamental, our health, to our existence, that we take it for granted. That's part of human nature. And some people take it for granted for far too long, and then one day they wake up, and their first sign if they have heart disease is a crushing heart attack. And for some, the first symptom that they have is death, because they die from it. Or they wake up with cancer, or they wake up with some other disease one day. Now, it is diet, I tell you. It is diet that is the primary cause of chronic diseases. And then somebody may correct me and say, wait a minute, heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. I would then come back with, but diet, if you create a causal chain, diet is the first variable in the causal chain leading to death. Genetics accounts for some of the variants of dying prematurely and disease, but it is a small amount of the variance, relatively speaking. 20%, some have it as maybe at 40, somewhere in between. But it is what you eat throughout your life. This is just remarkable to me. When you eat, where you eat, with whom you eat, why you eat. And where, not only, and I'm talking about what part of the world, whether you're here on the African continent, in the Mediterranean area, in the Middle East, or in Eastern Europe, Western Europe, where you eat bears upon what will happen to you. your health. It appears in our marriage vows, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. That theme of health is woven throughout the fabric of our life. And then you see all of these efforts to seduce people into buying this or that, doing this or that, to live longer, to look better, and whatnot. It all begins with your food. With your food. We should not only eat to satisfy our hunger. We should eat to enjoy food, to enjoy it, to have pleasure from it. And we should eat therapeutically and strategically, such that food is our medicine and medicine is our food. As Hippocrates once professed and practiced. And that's why we do this show. And it's one of the most obvious. And sometimes I worry too much, as maybe I'm saying things that are so obvious people are insulted by it. But I'm here to remind you and to remind me in a friendly and kind, humanistic way that we can do better. Listen, I woke up one day and was told that I had cancer. And I lived a healthy life, a good life. I did it all right for most part. But it was environmentally caused. And not only did I have one form of cancer, I had another form, 2 at the same time, both environmentally caused. And but for the way I have lived my life, thanks to my mother, I don't think I would have made it this far. So it's not a waste of time. Some people will say, it didn't help you. You got sick anyway. It saved my life living the way I have. So I don't need a clinical trial to convince me about how important it is in the way that you eat and what you eat. I'll be right back.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Preventing and treating chronic diseases with one of the most exotic, best-kept secrets of all time. Don't tell anybody. Your diet. There's an article by Dr. Michael Greger. You'll find it. Go to nutritionfacts.org. I encourage you to like him on Facebook. Get dialed into Dr. Greger. I hope I get a chance to meet him. He's pretty cool. And he talks about this very issue, and I want to give him attribution for the article that I'm referring to his article here, of course, with my own interpretation of things. You heard my monologue into this segment of today's show. You can tell I'm very passionate about this because I know it can make a difference in your life. I am absolutely convinced. I would not come on here and be this passionate and this committal. And it's not risky business, as far as I'm concerned, to take this point of view. And so you can dial into the show with me here now. You can call me. You can connect on the internet. Gary's going to tell you how, and then I'm going to point out some things to you that will, in my attempt to persuade you as to how and in what ways diet is connected with disease, and to show you where the traps are so that you don't get caught and snared in some nutritional downward spiral.
You can reach out to us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. Also, you can email Doc at drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. And if you're not busy tonight and you want to come out to Orange Theory Fitness, and if you're in the Bay Area, we're going to be at 17515 Preserve Walk Lane in Tampa, New Tampa tonight. So they can come out and...
That's Orange Fitness. It's right on Bruce B. Downs. And I know where that place is. You know why I know? Because that's the Starbucks where I hang out and do my work.
There might be a little hint there. That's why we're going there. I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
I've been there for so long. At the table where I sit, they have a little nameplate.
You're like one of those Italian guys, shall we say, from Manhattan.
Yeah, I know.
Queens.
So Gary will be there. And at the Orange Fitness?
Orange Theory Fitness.
Orange Theory Fitness. It's right there. It's a nice facility. It's a nice part of town up there in New Tampa. That's my neck of the woods. So what is the number one cancer killer in the United States? You have one in mind? Pick one. Which one do you think it is?
I thought it was prostate cancer first.
It's not. It's lung cancer. Lung cancer is the number one killer of both men and women in the U.S. in terms of cancers. If you look at the cancer rates around the world, lung cancer, you'll find that it can vary, Dr. Greger points out, by a factor of 10. And of course, we know that 90% smoking is responsible for 90% of lung cancers. So, obviously, if you don't want to die of lung cancer, you don't smoke, and you stay away from secondhand smoke. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death in our country. What's interesting is that African Americans are susceptible to colon cancer more so than Native Americans are. And colon cancer is extremely rare in Native African populations. I'm talking about the continent of Africa. But African Americans in our country, they seem to be susceptible more so than Native Americans. Like 50 times lower rates than Americans. It's rare in Native African populations, 50 times lower. What's going on in the continent of Africa? There's something unusual happening there. For hundreds and thousands of years, they lived and ate in a way that promoted wonderful health. And in many parts, they still do. However, in modern Africa, believe it or not, the diet has also become processed. The standard American way of eating, the Western diet, has gotten imported into the continent of Africa. And guess what? That diet now, too, in many parts of Africa, is low in fiber. But guess what? Colon cancer is not on an upward rise. You would think that it would be. They're eating less fiber, but still, the colorectal cancer and colon cancer is not on a linear increase. We don't see it. How could that be? What is it about their diet that is not causing the colorectal? What are they doing? There's something that they're not eating that we're eating in the Western world. When we come back, I'll tell you what that is. This is fascinating. They're eating less fiber in many parts of the African continent, but not experiencing the rate of colon cancer that we are in Western world. And there's a particular food that is implicated in this narrative. Come back, I'll tell you what that is. Diet and disease. Be right back.
Not only that, but it amplifies.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Did you know that 7 in 10 people have digestive issues? It's no wonder, really. When you take a closer look at what's inside, you'll see that our intestinal environment is similar to a lush garden, a flourishing biodiversity comprised of healthy gut flora, flora that we depend upon for our health and well-being. Stress, over-sanitization, over-processed foods, and the overuse of antibiotics have clear-cut our guts, leaving our tummies feeling, well, not great. You see, what we have done by killing off the gut flora is damage the soil of our inner gardens. With damaged soil, nothing can really grow or flourish, and disease starts to set in. But we will let you in on a little secret. Fermentation makes all the difference. You know that bloated feeling you can get when taking a vegan protein? Oh, come on. We know you know. Almost all of us get it. That feeling comes from a natural protective casing that surrounds grains and legumes. Because this casing acts as a natural defense mechanism to prevent the grain or legume from being digested, the result is gas and bloating as it passes through our digestive tract. This is where the magic of fermentation comes in. Only fermentation breaks down this casing, freeing the nutrients for absorption by your body. Not only that, but it amplifies the existing nutrients. This means you are getting all the available nutrients from your protein. But there's more. Remember our garden that we clear cut? Well, fermentation, when done right, actually restores that biodiversity of flora. Fermentation naturally replenishes the soil in our garden. Can your protein powder do all that? Well, ours can. Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus by Genuine Health. 7 plant-based sources for a complete amino acid profile. No bloating, maximizes protein and nutrient absorption, and strengthens your gut health. Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Try some today. Your gut will thank you. Genuine Health is possible.
Modern African diet has also now become highly processed. As a consequence, it's low in fiber. However, we do not recognize, have not tracked any dramatic increase in colon cancer. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Unlike in the Western world, where that has happened, where the diet is low in fiber and they're seeing it's correlated with colon cancer. There is something that they're not doing in the African continent that we are doing in Western society that seems to be contributing to the colon cancer, notwithstanding the Western diet being low in fiber. So if the people in Africa are not getting a lot of fiber anymore, what is it that they're doing? They have a minimal amount of meat and animal fat consumption in the diet. Why do Americans get more colon cancer than Africans in the African continent? The rarity of colon cancer in Africans, according to Dr. Greger, and I agree, is correlated with low animal product consumption. Now, here's an interesting point that Dr. Greger makes. He claims that it's about 12 grams of protein a day that will escape digestion, no matter who you are, typically. What's the consequence of that? it gets shuttled off to the colon, and there it gets turned into ammonia. It's called putrefaction. It putrefies in the colon. You know, all that gas and bloating nastiness. The same thing happens with other animal proteins besides meat. Now, I'm going to sound like a heretic here. Egg whites, for example, also can cause the same kind of effect. Animal proteins have a higher concentration of sulfur-containing amino acids, such as methionine, which is found most concentrated in what? Fish and chicken, then followed by eggs, beef, and dairy. Turns out you have plant proteins as well, but the plant proteins tend to putrefy less, have less sulfur-containing amino acids. And then the animal proteins, the ones that I mentioned, get correlated with increased cancer risk. So even though in the African continent they're eating less fiber because they've imported this Western way of eating, they still don't eat a lot of meat. And consequently, they're not getting colon cancer at the rate we are in Western society. Animal proteins also increase a hormone, growth hormone called IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. It's interesting. In studies, when meat, egg whites, dairy proteins are removed from the diet, the bloodstream is less filled with this IGF-1, and there's people do better. It's the bloodstream, is not filled with that, and they have an 8 times lesser chance of getting cancer. So Dr. Ornish, Dr. Greger points out, was able to reverse the progression, for example, of prostate cancer without chemo or surgery. This is remarkable. Or radiation. They put the patients on a plant-based diet, eating plant proteins, no animal proteins, took them out. This Dr. Greger points out that the link between animal protein and IGF-1 may help explain why those eating low-carb diets tend to die sooner. But not just any low-carb diet, he says, those that are based on animal sources. Whereas people are eating a plant-based or vegetable-based low-carb diet are associated with a lower risk of death. The argument I'm making here is that diet makes a difference. I'm giving you a specific example how diet and disease are connected. So, low-carb diets tend to be high in animal fats as well as animal protein. If you're not eating carb, there's only fat left in protein. Meat protein. You're not eating any plants. It's a low-carb diet. That's out. You're going to have to satisfy your hunger and get the calories some way. So, saturated fat and cholesterol, we know, are killing people. But are we sure that it wasn't the saturated fat or the cholesterol from these meats that were killing people? So Dr. Greger pointed out, what if they did a study that followed a few thousand people and their protein intake for 20 years? They did such a study. And they figured out who lived the longest and who got cancer and who didn't. They took 6,000 men and women over the age of 50 from across the United States, followed them for 18 years. And those under 65 with a high protein intake had a 75% increase in overall mortality with a 4-fold increase in the risk of dying from cancer. But not all proteins. It was specifically animal proteins. Those associations, those correlations were attenuated or abolished. Why? How? If the proteins were derived from plants. It all makes sense, Dr. Greger points out, given the higher IGF-1 levels in eating excess protein. Eating animal protein increases IGF-1 levels, which increases cancer risk. Now, is it realistic to tell people don't eat meat of any kind? No. The problem is how much and what kind. Vegetables are almost an afterthought of the meal. Sometimes I just think that they're put on a plate to make it look pretty. The main food ingredient on a plate typically is meat of one form or another. That's what's getting us into trouble. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, plant protein biased.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Did you know that 7 in 10 people have digestive issues? It's no wonder, really. When you take a closer look at what's inside, you'll see that our intestinal environment is similar to a lush garden, a flourishing biodiversity comprised of healthy gut flora. Flora that we depend upon for our health and well-being. Stress, over-sanitization, over-processed foods, and the overuse of antibiotics have clear-cut our guts, leaving our tummies feeling, well, not great. You see, what we have done by killing off the gut flora is damage the soil of our inner gardens. With damaged soil, nothing can really grow or flourish, and disease starts to set in. But we will let you in on a little secret. Fermentation makes all the difference. You know that bloated feeling you can get when taking a vegan protein? Oh, come on. We know you know. Almost all of us get it. That feeling comes from a natural protective casing that surrounds grains and legumes. Because this casing acts as a natural defense mechanism to prevent the grain or legume from being digested, the result is gas and bloating as it passes through our digestive tract. This is where the magic of fermentation comes in. Only fermentation breaks down this casing, freeing the nutrients for absorption by your body. Not only that, but it amplifies the existing nutrients. This means you are getting all the available nutrients from your protein. But there's more. Remember our garden that we clear cut? Well, fermentation, when done right, actually restores that biodiversity of flora. Fermentation naturally replenishes the soil in our garden. Can your protein powder do all that? Well, ours can. Fermented Vegan Proteins Plus by Genuine Health. 7 plant-based sources for a complete amino acid profile. No bloating, maximizes protein and nutrient absorption, and strengthens your gut health. Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO, and 100% vegan. Try some today. Your gut will thank you. Genuine Health is possible.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. I just pointed out that in Africa, the Western way of eating has made its way into that part of the world, and the modern African diet is now different in many parts of Africa than it once was. And there is something, the question deals with what is the food or the ingredient, if you will, that is now sort of diminished, now is diminished lower than it once was. Is it fiber or is it protein that has decreased in the African diet? Fiber or protein, and consequently has not served them well. But interestingly enough, the diminished food source here has not caused an increase in colon cancer, and that's a clue. Is it fiber or is it protein that has decreased in the native African diet? Here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting, this narrative and how it's unfolding. You eat ham?
I do.
Okay. You like it, do you?
I do.
All right. There's iron in ham, and it's called hem, H-E-M-E. Hem iron in ham. Try to say that fast. And what's interesting is that hem iron, the form of iron found in blood and muscle, can promote cancer, as Dr. Greger points out, by catalyzing the formation of a carcinogenic compound. It's described as a ferrotoxic disease. It's iron toxicity. Interestingly. It's animal proteins consumed in large quantity are risky business. The data are pretty compelling. And we need to pay attention to that. And I gave a clear example today of how the animal proteins from meat, different fish, dairy, eggs, and whatnot, get putrefied in the large intestine. Plant proteins, not so much. Now, that doesn't mean you abolish the eating of meats. It means that you moderate it and pay attention to this message. And the processed meats are especially perilous. Trust me. Look, I looked at the studies. The processed meats that are loaded with all these various chemicals, nitroamines and nitroamides that are found in cigarettes. One hot dog has as many nitroamines and nitroamides as 5 cigarettes. Try that on for size. And these carcinogens that I just mentioned are found in fresh, unprocessed meat as well. Beef, chicken, pork, and so on. So be mindful. That's all I'm saying. That's the message here. Let's go to St. Petersburg, Florida. Gene, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Garca. Good to be on.
How are you? Mm-hmm.
I'm fine, thank you. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well.
I'm doing all right. You like hot dogs and ham and whatnot?
No, I'm a vegan.
How many years have you practiced that way of eating?
Oh, a long time now, maybe about 35 years.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Along the way, have you ever deviated from it and went back to being a non-vegan? And did you notice a difference if you did that?
Occasionally along the path, I would eat something that maybe had some cheese in it, and that was really not good for me. I'd be all congested the next day. But I really don't deviate too much anymore, and I never really liked meat, so it was really easy for me to give it up.
Mm-hmm. I understand. So in the African continent, for thousands of years, they ate a highly plant-based diet, and they still do in many places. But the Western style of eating has sort of made its way into that continent, and in many places in Africa, they're eating their modern way of eating is low in a particular ingredient. Is it now fiber that it's low in, or protein?
Fiber.
Yeah. And before, there are some parts of Africa, they were consuming as much as 75, 100 grams of fiber a day, which is
a lot of fiber.
it's remarkable because it was plants, and they were eating a lot of them. And what's interesting, Gene, even though their diet is low in fiber, they don't have a linear and correlated experience of colon cancer like we do in Western societies, because they still don't eat a lot of meat, which is interesting, like we do. But I'm just trying to make that diet and disease connection, and hopefully, people will listen. I'm not saying abolishing the eating of meat. I'm just saying you need to moderate it and be mindful of the risks involved and how it does cause disease.
Yes, I think that it's a very admirable thing to do, also for the environment.
Well, that's a story for another. That's a story for another day. So many things. Yeah, so many things to worry about. Congratulations, you won a $25 supplement gift card. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening to the show. And this evening, you can get a hold of Gary in person.
17515 Preserve Walk Lane over at the Orange Theory Fitness next to the Starbucks in New Tampa.
And you never know.
Giving away some prizes tonight. Come out and see us.
There, go see them. Orange Fitness, right next to Starbucks. Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. We appreciate your listenership very much. And all we're trying to do is make a difference, help you make a difference in your life. Pay attention to your diet. It is one of the most important things you will do today. That which you will eat. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. I'll see you tomorrow.